back. Welcome to another episode of Adult Business Owner Moments with your host, Sadon Long. We service business owners who are 35 plus who wake up each and every morning knowing that they need to close more deals and make more sales. So, thank you for tuning in. And today we're talking about adding more value. Oh, before I get started, happy Thanksgiving. Now, back to the program. So, today we're talking about adding more value. Something that we hear each and every day, everywhere we go, is like, you got to add more value, add more value, add more value. But nobody ever tells you how to do it. Not only do they not tell you how to do it, they never tell you how to use it. So today, we're going to tell you what it is, we're going to tell you how to use it, and we're going to show you 2 or 3 ways that you can use it immediately. And it's not going to be very hard for you to do. It's actually going to be very simple and very effective. So stay tuned in, get your pen, tell a friend, because we're about to go up. Okay, so first of all, what is value? Okay, I define value as the unseen benefits that come with doing, using, or having something. Okay, the unseen stuff. So for example, if a person goes out and they buy a car. Okay, now the unseen value is the car rides good for a long period of time. The car starts every morning in the winter. The unseen value is that even, if it's windy outside, I got a big enough car that it doesn't move around. Okay. Now, some emotional unseen values, and I'm not going to make this real complicated, but emotional unseen values are things like, oh, wow, people see you differently. If you drive a foreign car, BMW, Audi, for example, people often associate you with money. They often treat you better. They often give you a certain level of service commensurate with the car that you drive. So not only do you get the benefit of the car, you get the benefit of all of the sturdiness of the car, you get the benefit of the immediate boost in status, and if you take care of the car, you get that boost in status over a longer period of time. So it's the stuff you can't see. So if we're talking about food, for example, the unseen benefit of food might be the energy it provides. The unseen benefit of food might be the joy it provides your family. The unseen benefit of food might be the status that you get from being able to make it. For example, Cheryl can't make that potato salad. So now people look at Cheryl in a different way because of her potato salad. You could say, well, I'm going to call Cheryl. Oh, yeah, call Cheryl. Because, I know she's going to bring the potato salad. So now she's getting more invites to the events because people want the potato salad and they want her to make it. So now she's getting more invites. Shout out to Deion Cole, by the way. Chicago. You know what it is. Anyway, so again, you want these added benefits to be a part of whatever it is that you do. So that's the first part. It is the hidden benefits, the benefits of dealing with you, seeing you, watching your videos or whatever it is. It is that unseen benefit, not the actual use of the product, not actually the job, but the things that by using our particular brand, by using our particular service, that you get in addition to. That is what value is. It is the addition to the unseen stuff, the stuff you can't touch. So now, how do we create value? Okay, here's a simple formula that I took from Alex Hormozi, because I thought it was a real easy way to do it. So here's a little formula. Okay, first of all, take your customer's ideal outcome, which is just simply the job to be done. What did they hire you for? Ideal outcome. Person comes to the restaurant, they want food. That's the ideal outcome. Now we walk out of here with hot, good food. Person comes in, orders food, walks out. That's their ideal outcome. Now you start adding value when you start looking at all the other benefits that you can give to that particular person. So let's just say, for example, the person's busy. Okay, so now they still want hot food, good food, but they also would appreciate it a lot more if it was fast. So now when you start to put together your marketing plan, you can say hot food fast. Sounds kind of like Little Caesars, right? Sounds kind of like Domino's, right? 30 minutes or less. Okay. So the first thing you can do is you can be faster. Okay. So we have hot food and it's fast. depending on your customer. Now, mind you, not everybody wants fast. Some people don't want it fast. They want it good. So you can now try to tailor whatever you do to the specific client that you have. But faster is usually something that works. So if you, for example, do landscaping, the idea that you are faster than someone else may be a benefit that your client would appreciate. Like, man, I need you guys in and out because I got people coming over today. So you may be able to offer a plan that says same day service. So how many people do you know that are on the internet saying, man, do you know someone? Okay. And typically when they say, do you know someone, there's already a problem they're trying to solve. Something's triggered, something's happened. Man, my normal guy ain't gonna be here. I got people coming over tonight. It's Thanksgiving and I meant to do it myself, but now the lawnmower won't start. Same day service. Okay. So again, once you better understand the person, now you better understand how to create your value and your value statements. So faster is one way to add value. Okay. So number 2 could be time. Time and fast are two different things. Okay. So let's just say we're talking about, going natural. So obviously in seconds doesn't necessarily work there. It doesn't, in minutes, but it might be in the next 30 days. So you might not be fast in the immediate sense, but you might be faster in the sense that over the next 30 days. So if you have a product that does not really work in regard to, we can get it done like 30 seconds, 15, 30 minutes, you could still use it. You just have to lengthen the time period so that you can then show the benefit. Okay. So the next one is with less stress. Let's look at less stress. When we're creating value, it's less stress. It's easier to do business with us because we do it all for you. You can either have DIY, do it yourself. You can have DWI, which is done with you, or DFY, which is done for you. So if you cannot do done for you, you can at least do done with you. So now it's with less stress. So either you're going to do it for them, which is the ultimate stress reliever, or you could do it with them and you can make it easier for them to do themselves. For example, when you start talking about leaf blowers or you start talking about different tools, the tools allow you to do DIY better because now the tool becomes your partner. The template becomes the partner. The delivery becomes the partner. Okay? Because now it's less stressful if I come and I do the whole setup. It's less stressful if I deliver it. So now you don't have to go get it. So now you start moving into convenience. You start moving into what's going to be easier for the client. You start moving into an area where now the risk of failure is a lot lower. The risk of failure is a lot lower because I'm doing it with you. For example, with my clients, if I'm creating the email template, if I'm creating the titles, you don't have to. You just sit back and I'll send you over an email that's already pre-written, and all you have to do is get your team to send it out. And it's going to make you money. Now, who can refuse that? Okay, so you're going to write the email for me, then I'm going to send it out, and then I'm going to make money? Yeah, I'm going to write it for you. Then I'm going to send it to you. Your people are going to load it, into whatever your, server is or whatever your, email carrier is. Then you're going to send it out. I'll send you a week's worth at one time. So we don't have to worry about it all week. All we have to do is go back and make sure that it got sent out and make sure it's not going to people's spam and make sure everything, is running smoothly. Convenience. So that is adding value, because now the person on the other end is going, oh man, that was really easy. I'd work with him again. Why? Because you didn't have to do anything. Why? Because you didn't have to work as hard. Why? Because you still made money, which is your ideal outcome, but it wasn't very hard. You know, so again, like if you have someone who has a lot of paperwork to start a company, or to do a 501c3, or to apply for loans or education, being the person who helps them gives you value, because now they don't have to do it themselves. You know, I remember going away to college and not really understanding how to fill out financial loan papers, and us actually going to a non-for-profit who helped you fill out your student loan papers, who helped you write your letter, who helped you fill out your grant information and do all that stuff. It took about 2 hours, but it was done. And that allowed me to get into some of the best schools in the country. But my family and I, we never filled out any of that type of stuff before. So the fact that they were able to help us reach our goal, which was to get to college, was awesome. You know, and that sent us on a path that we would have never been able to get on otherwise. So we could do it faster. You know, we could do it with less stress. So now it's not as complicated because I'm going to hold your hand. It's not as complicated because I'm going to do a lot of the stuff that it would take you months and weeks to do for you. You know, I'm going to give you the menu. I'm going to give you the meal prep. I'm going to give you the recipes. I'm going to give you the sauce. So now all you have to do is put the ingredients in a bowl. Okay, so now here's how you use that. Okay, so in the headline, you know, you go Rachel Roy with it. You know, great meals in 30 minutes or less. So that's the Rachel Roy effect. I love Rachel Roy, by the way. So I got busy women. They come home. They tired. They don't got a whole lot of time. I'm going to show them how to make a meal in 30 seconds or 30 minutes or less. Okay, so now Rachel's got you making meals in 30 minutes or less. So now what does Rachel do? Rachel starts selling cookware. She starts selling cookbooks. You know, because now I'm going to give you the right tools to do the job with, to make it easier. You know, now I'm going to give you the recipes so that just in case you miss some of these shows, you could still have all the recipes at your fingertips. You know, so even if what I'm teaching you today you don't want to learn, here's a recipe book with all of the other recipes, so you could just do one. You know, and with the way things work now, we could just pull up videos. You know, so for you people at home right now, you could just turn on a camera while you're making macaroni and cheese, create a video, how to make mom's macaroni and cheese in 45 minutes or less. Now you have a video. Okay. Now when it's time to make the cake, you just turn on the camera and you point it at the bowl. You say, here's how you make pound cake from scratch in an hour or less. Now you post the videos, which are usually free on most platforms, and people who are interested in making macaroni and cheese from scratch, people who are interested in making a pound cake from scratch, people who are interested in making rolls from scratch, will watch those videos. Now all you have to do is continue to give them more videos, like the videos that they're watching, and then over the course of time, what will happen is people will want to do business with you, because they'll say, well, can you show me? You know, which now makes it less stressful, because now they want you to actually do a one-on-one with them. You know, no, that's too much sugar. No. See, when you do a teaspoon, you want to get it all the way up to the top and then do it. You know, no, you want to mix wet goods and then you want to watch them. No, you're stirring too slow. No, you need to check it again. You know, no, if you got an oven like this, you probably need to put it on this temperature. And you're doing everything possible to help them get the result that they want. You know, no different than with me. If somebody's doing posts and ads, I'll watch the ads that they post. And then I'll say, hey, yeah, right here, you know, you got to get to it, because you only got 3 seconds. So you can't give them a whole bunch of your boys and, you know, welcomes and, you know, and a whole bunch of diddy bop. No, you got to get right to it. hey, thank you for tuning in. Here's what we're talking about today. Let's get right to it. So that you can beat the 3 seconds. Okay. But what I'll do is I'll watch you do it. I'll go and I'll look at your post and I'll be like, yeah, that one right there was a little vague. You need to be more specific. You need to put a time. How fast can you get this done? When can you be there? What happens if they call you? Because these people that you're trying to get to do business with you, they don't know you. So again, I'll do the things necessary to see that whatever it is that you're doing is working. And I'm telling you what I do because I'm telling you that you should be doing the same thing. I'm telling you that if you, for example, I had a conversation with somebody and we were talking about barbecue, and they were telling me about their sauce, and it was like, people really like the sauce, and I'm like, okay, cool, that's great, but how do they get it? Because if they like it and they want to buy it, and there's no place to buy it, So now they were like, okay, well, cool, I need a website. Okay, well, if you get a website, how are people going to find out about the website? So what we decided to do was, hey, we're going to make a bunch of videos and use the sauce in the videos. Okay, we're going to make ribs. We're going to make sausage. We're going to make meatloaf. Everything that you could possibly use the sauce on in the videos. And then at the end of the video, we'll give you this is great. If you want to know more about us, if you want to know more about the sauce, click the link below. Because if you're not showing them how this can be easy for them to use or how to use it, then they're probably not going to know that they should buy it because they're not going to know where that thing fits in their life. They're not going to know what problem it solves. Now today I'm just kind of rambling because it's Thanksgiving and I wanted to give you guys a video, but go back, watch it, because each and every one of these steps work. So now we talk about adding value. We got to be faster. We got to produce it with less stress. We got to be more convenient. Those are things that add value. And then the other thing is over a longer period of time. So now you also have to throw in consistency. That we consistently do this over time. One of the great things about major brands is it's always the same. I've never had McDonald's fries and they didn't taste like McDonald's fries. So you get to a point where you expect something and it has to be over a longer enough period of time. Because if you get good at something, you consistently do it, now you start to develop a brand. People start to expect an reputation. People have an expectation, and you develop a reputation. So now when you set your standard of being fast, of being convenient, of being all these things, you become the number one in your industry, not because your products are necessarily better, but because you're faster. I would go out on a limb and say the Pizza Hut doesn't consider themselves in the same category as someone like a Giordano's or a Lou Malnati's. Lou Malnati's, is that how you say it? Lou Malnati's, yeah. So I would imagine. I don't know the people at Pizza Hut or Domino's or Little Caesars, but I imagine that they don't consider themselves in the same category. So if you say best pizza in the world, and you start talking about some Italian restaurant in upstate New York, I'm pretty sure you're not comparing them to Domino's. Domino's is like hot, fast, 30 minutes or less. Little Caesars hot and ready. And they made a great living on being faster, easier, less stress. You just pull up, you hop out, they're hot and ready, we hand it to you, give us money, you're gone. Okay. So they're usually right in neighborhoods close to where families live, close to where you can get right off the highway. When we're talking about McDonald's especially, you can get right off the highway, get your food, get right back on, get where you're going. See, those are the additional values that people don't see. Like, this was really easy. It wasn't really hard to do. It didn't really add any stress. Man, I just got in and got out. Same thing when you go to like a Supercuts. They're selling convenience. They're not selling the best haircuts. So if you're at home and you're like, well, man, I want to be, the high end upscale restaurateur. Okay, so now you have to start figuring out what makes you competitive in those markets. But if you can't compete in those markets, you can still make a great living. You know, you can still make a great living with mom and pop's barbecue. You can still make a great living, doing something that does not cater to high end people. You just have to make sure that you're catering to the people within your market. I'll use, when I went to Kansas City as an example. Okay, people, we checked into our hotel, and we went to Kansas City because we wanted barbecue. Let's be real about it. So we checked into the hotel, and they were telling us about, this white tablecloth barbecue restaurant. I want to say it was Jack Stacks or Jack something. I want to say Jack Stacks, but we were like, no, we want to go, to something more mom and popish. So we go, and it's literally like cafe style. It's crazy. It's in the hood. It's in the cut. It's in a little shopping mall, and it's like cafe style. So we pick what we want. I'm like, well, where do we sit? It's like, well, we're gonna make you food. Y'all can sit over there, but it's a little bar area. You can go sit in the bar area. So we go sit in the bar area. Lady comes over, and we order some drinks. Grown folks on a little excursion, we order some cocktails. She brings us doubles. Like, oh, that's just how we pour here. We pour heavy. Okay. So now we got a couple cocktails. They bring over the food. The food is good. So good. But also, the music that they're playing is, I mean, they whoever was on the jukebox or whoever's playlist this was, it was fire. So now, not only did I get a good cocktail, I got a good meal. It felt like home. The service was good. Now the environment is excellent because the bartender is looking out for us. The person that I'm with, they having a good time, and this become a whole vibe. So now I could have gone to the white tablecloth place, but instead of going to the white tablecloth place, we went to the hood, and it was great. It was wonderful. So if you say, well, where would you go next time? I'm obviously going back there, and now I'm gonna have to look it up while I'm on live so that I can give you exactly who it is. So give me a couple seconds. I'm still talking. So yeah, we're gonna look it up. But I mean, again, you want to be able to give people the experience. You want to be able to give them everything that they're going to be excited about. Oh, we went to Gates. That's right. So we went to Gates Barbecue. Shout out to Gates. If you're ever in Kansas City, man, you need to pull up on Gates. I can't remember the address that I went to, but it was in a little strip mall, and we had a time. But again, there were all these other benefits other than just getting the food that makes the memory stand out in my mind. That makes me recommend it to other people. That makes me say, yeah, you need to go there. And as we always say, there's not an easier sale on the planet than a referral. Okay? So if you do get this adding value thing right, now you develop a consistent brand that people can then recommend to other people. If you do get this value right, you can then start to take customers away from other people, which is the key to building your business. Let's be clear. The good customers are already taken. The good customers are already spending money somewhere with somebody. So now it is your job to tell the good customers, hey, this is a better opportunity for you. Hey, we're going to do it in less time. It's going to be less stressful. It is going to give you the exact outcome that you want. Because when you do it that way, now all of a sudden they're like, yeah, it might cost a little bit more, but man, dude and them came over and knocked it right out. Yeah, it might cost a little bit more, but man, I didn't have to do anything. All I had to do was click the button. Yeah, it might have cost a little bit more, you know, but whew, man, let me tell you, I'm glad I used them. See, that's what happens when you start adding value. But in order to add value, you have to have a better understanding of your customer. You know, what is my customer going through? What is my customer dealing with? What is keeping my customer from reaching the ideal outcome? My customer wants breakfast, but they don't have time to make it. My customer wants that down home breakfast, but the only down home place is 15 minutes out of their way. So now I deliver. Ooh, girl, they got a soul food breakfast place that makes, stuff from scratch, and they'll deliver it. So the other place that was 15 minutes away, we don't fool with them no more. We fool with the people who deliver to us. See, that's what you have to do. You have to start understanding it. McDonald's, shout out to McDonald's. I've been championing McDonald's for years, and people say that food ain't no good for you. But I don't champion them because of their food. I champion them because of the way that they understand the customer. Okay, we're going to be right off the highway. We're going to be right outside the business district. We're going to let you order on your phone so you don't have to wait in the line, which means that we're always going to be more consistently convenient for you. Where else can you have a 30-minute lunch, get your food, and then have 15 minutes to play on the phone? Again, they're not necessarily the best burger that you're going to get. They're not necessarily the best fries you're going to get. But they are convenient. They are fast. They make it simpler with every turn. Like, just order on your phone. Oh, here's a deal. Here's some specials. Okay. Here's some free fries on Friday, because we know you love our fries. So if you spend $1 or whatever, we'll give you some free fries. Now, you get a burger, they throw in some free fries. Are you really going to go to the competition? Are you really going to Wendy's? Wendy's ain't got free fries. And I'm not hating on Wendy's. I'm just simply posing asking a question and posing, a synopsis or whatever. Are you really posing questions? That's what I was thinking. Oh my God. But again, are you really going to go to Wendy's if they're giving you free fries at McDonald's and McDonald's has great fries? Again, if they were giving away free ice cream at Dairy Queen, would you go to 33 flavors? Just saying. You want to be able to take market share. So when you're taking market share, that means that's money that your customers are spending with you that they're not spending with your competition. Okay. And the cool thing about that is if you then learn how to keep those customers and learn how to make those customers lifers, what will end up happening is not only will you have a customer, you will have a customer for life. And if you have a customer for life, now more than likely, because we're creatures of habit, you're going to have their kids. You're going to have their grandkids. My mama drank Pepsi. I drink Pepsi. My kids will probably drink Pepsi. Why? Because it's what you grew up on. So if you can get a customer, now all of a sudden that customer is going to bring whatever you serve, whatever you sell, whatever you offer to their family. It's going to go to their circle. So now you get your product introduced to a whole bunch of other people who are going to be influenced by the person that brought it to eat it, to like it, and to buy it. So let's just say, for example, you're a caterer. I want to bring up businesses that I know people are actually in. I don't want to go too high, make it real simple. So let's just say you're a caterer and somebody, asks you to make the mac and cheese and to make, um, some barbecue. We'll do macaroni, cheese, and barbecue. So you come over, you got the mac and cheese, you got the barbecue. Now there's 15, 20 people in that room that are like, oh my God, this is the best barbecue I've ever had. Oh my God, this macaroni and cheese is great. What's the next question? Where'd you get it from? So now, free advertising. Okay. But that person's kids, when they get old enough to want barbecue, when they get old enough to want macaroni and cheese, whose macaroni and cheese are they going to want? So now, you got Mama and them, you know, you got little Jimmy and little Ann. But then when little Jimmy and little Ann get older and they marry, they're going to feed their families the same thing. And then when their kids get older and they get married or they start dating somebody or they start having kids. So that's part of the reason you want to take customers from your competition, and you want to keep those customers. Because if you keep those customers, eventually it becomes a trickle-down theory. Okay? As they continue to expose you to their family, loved ones, and friends, the more customers you get, which leads me into something else that I do with clients that you'll see if you watch the podcast, which is how likely are you to recommend us to your family and friends? So when you see that on, say, T-Mobile or Xfinity or any of those, when you see that, because you see it a lot, or any of these other surveys, that's what they're really trying to gauge. How many people are you going to expose us to? Okay. And if you're 8, 9, and 10, then we know that you are very likely to expose us to other people that we can then leverage to make them customers too. So that's the science behind that as well. But if you get this adding value part right, it'll make you stand out from your competition. Because now you'll be faster, you'll be more convenient, you'll add less stress, and you'll be the one that they choose. And if they choose you, then if you can keep them, now that person will become a net promoter for you, which means that they'll expose you to their circle, and you'll be able to get business with all of them. So get the value right first, so that you can then in your marketing say, we do it faster, we do it easier, we deliver. Whatever it is that makes it more convenient, that's what you can do. So now here's the formula one more time. It's the ideal outcome, whatever their ideal outcome is. Okay, so we serve, then you want to put in occupation, age, things of that nature. We serve whatever that group of people is who would like to, that is the outcome that they want to create, have hot, fast, home-cooked meals from scratch. That's the outcome. Okay. In 30 minutes or less, plus we deliver. So there's your formula. You want a person, outcome, time, convenience. And then if you consistently do it, that will develop your brand so that you become known as the people who do it in 30 minutes or less. You become the people who give you the burger your way. You become the fresh and ready. So now you're then able to move up into a place within your industry, whatever it is, to gain benefit. I'm the guy, who basically does the majority of the work for you. I help you turn free social media into cold hard cash. I'm the guy who has the unique ability to turn ideas into income. So those are things that people say about me. Some people call me a guru. Some people call me a teacher. Some people call me a professor. But again, all of those things are because I'm teaching them something. All of those things are because they're getting a result. So you'll be known by the results. No different than the fruit that you bear. Bible says you'll be known by the fruit that you bear. So that will build your brand. And your brand is what people say when you're not around, not what you say about yourself. Your brand is what people are saying when you are not around. Yeah, I saw Michelle's ad today, but ain't no way I eat that food. Okay, that's your brand. Yeah, I see my man and them over there. Yeah, they washing cars, but man, I wouldn't go over there because, every time you go over there, you got to make sure that you lock up your phone and you can't leave no change, and that becomes your brand. You know, one of the jokes that I remember hearing a lot, during my marketing journey, is they used to call Whole Foods your whole check. Basically implying that Whole Foods was expensive. Okay, so that would be the thing that people would say. But for some people, even though it's expensive, because they're the only way to get some of these items, they still had to go there. So even when you're getting bad press, it don't really matter because there's going to be a core group of people that are still going to shop with you. It just won't be people who don't value the things that you're selling, who don't value the fact that, yes, we can get you organic, faster, more convenient, because maybe that's not what they want. But for those that do, they'll keep you in business to the point where you can open them all over the country. You could do what's called conscious capitalism. That is what Whole Foods is derived around. Good book, by the way, if you ever want to read and figure out how they started. Great story. But again, that's what we want to do. We want to give people a faster, easier, more convenient way. And if you give them a faster, easier, more convenient way, they're less likely to stray. If you know that the milk's going to be there and you're a cat, you just keep going back to the house where the milk's at. As long as the cat keeps putting out the milk, as long as people keep putting out the milk, the cat's going to be there. I would use a Biggie quote right here. He said he'd be there every night. But anyway, with that being said, man, it's Thanksgiving. If you took the time to watch me on Thanksgiving, I'm wishing you a happy Thanksgiving. And shout out to Pastor Swain, who preached a sermon one time that said, "Is your Thanksgiving?" And I'm going to leave with that. And matter of fact, I'm going to explain it just a tad bit. Is your Thanksgiving? Is whatever you're doing giving people joy, giving people peace, giving people something that makes them whole, makes them happy, makes them fulfilled, makes them loved, makes them safe. So is your Thanksgiving? I'm thankful for my gift. So that is why I am giving it. I am sharing it because I really do stand with the people who own the businesses. Because if the business doesn't do well, the life doesn't go well. If your business is struggling, that means that you got to start telling people that you love and care for, no. No, I can't give you that money. No, I can't take, time off because I got to make sure that this business is running right. Because if it don't, then we're not going to have a place to stay. And happy business owners are some of the best people on the planet. Give you one more story. Man, I ran a little bit longer than I wanted to, but I'm going to give you one more story. I had a client, man, doing great. We did, about $600K in 5 months. Since then, we've done over $1 million in business. Really wonderful guy. And when I was in town doing some work with him, we had gone out to breakfast. So now this is his spot. This is where he go. It's like, man, I eat here every day. So number one, if the guy didn't have the type of profit margin that he had, he wouldn't have the available income to go there every day. Like, man, I don't like to cook. It's on the way to the office. I come in here, I answer emails on my phone, talk to the manager, watch the screens for a minute, get my breakfast. After I get my breakfast, get myself together, get ready to go. Then I go on over to the office. So not only is he supporting them daily with his dollar, he's a big tipper. So can you imagine if you're a waitress? When we came in that day, they were like, man, I want to wait on, I want to wait on, I want to wait on, I want to wait on. And the service that we got was incredible. You know, they were making sure the glasses were full. They were making sure that the food was made right. They were making sure we were happy as pigs in slop. Hopefully I don't offend any pigs. But again, he tipped them really well. You know, and even the girl that didn't wait on us, he tipped her too. So now if you're a college student, or you're a single mother, or you're somebody who's just trying to get it going, those tips add up. And you're talking about a guy who's coming in there every day, but he can't go in there every day if he's not making any money. But because he's making money, now he's able to stimulate the economy. Now he's able to send a girl home with an extra $50 that might keep her lights on. He's able to send somebody home with $100 who is really not sure how they were going to get these kids these sneakers. So again, I stand with the people who run the businesses, because I know what it means when small business owners start becoming very successful. They become more generous because they know beyond a shadow of a doubt what it feels like to not have. So when they're in the local restaurants, because they usually support the local restaurants because they're small business owners, that means that those restaurants now have consistent money coming in to help them keep their lights on, help their dreams come true. When small business owners become more successful, they stimulate the economy. They help people change their lives. They give people opportunities who wouldn't otherwise have opportunities. So again, I want to stand with those people because I know the impact that you are going to make if I help you become successful, if I help you build something that is sustainable and profitable and easy to run and keeps you in a good mood, that allows you to spend more quality time with your family and friends in these places that I know you're going to support. You're going to say, hey man, let's go over to a Tequila and Tacos and have lunch. You're going to say, hey, let's go down to a Pay What You Can at the Family Life Center and have breakfast. So of course I want to make you as successful as possible, because I know that if you decide you want a hot dog, you're going to Bling City. Why? Because you know what it's like to be them. So one hand will wash the other. These are the reasons that we do what we do, so that we can support one another with our dollar, so that we can vote with our dollar and give other people like us a chance to win. So it's Thanksgiving, and I want to know if your thanks is given, because my thanks is given. I'm giving these out. They're free. Man, these are things that I teach people, and I charge thousands of dollars to teach them. And I'm sharing them right here with you. I'm not hiding the best gifts. You're not going to hire me and be like, oh my God, it was a whole bunch of other stuff that he never even talked about on these videos. Now, what you will get if you hire me, or you work with me, or if you come to a webinar, seminar, live event, is you'll get an opportunity to ask me questions that are specific to what you do. That are specific to your particular situation, your particular industry. I won't have to make them up, or I won't have to talk about clients that I've worked with in the past. I'll be able to talk about what's going on with you, your people, your profit margins, your circumstances, your level of experience and understanding, and build a plan that is customized for you. But at the same time, if you watch these videos are things that we're actually doing with clients, have done with clients, and work. We are about the money. We are about the ease. We are about the quickness. Again, we're about the same things we're talking about, which is faster, easier, more profitable, with less stress. We're about turning free social media into cold hard cash. The same things that I do are the same things that I teach. I'm Dr. Jekyll, Mr. Hyde in that sense. I'm taking the medicine too. And I know that if you make videos that people watch, eventually you're going to get a, hey, guess what? Hey, man, we see you. We see you shining and grinding. We're going to start recommending your videos to other people, and all of a sudden your reach is going to go up. Hey, we see you. Matter of fact, you've earned The next level, you can start getting a few dollars. You can start monetizing this thing now because we see you doing it, and you don't have to boost ads. You know, you don't have to roll the dice and hope that the one ad you boosted makes it rain, because more than likely it's not. Am I against boosting ads? Absolutely not. I think boosting ads is great once you know what you're supposed to be saying, what you're supposed to be doing, and that it works. But if they're going to pay you to practice by giving it to you for free, you better get on here and practice every day. And I'll show you how to practice perfect, so that when it comes time for you to amplify your message, that you are in the best position possible. And that we've set up all the other pieces of the puzzle as well, so that when you become successful, that it doesn't get harder. So that when you start to have money, that you know who to hire. So that when you start to have money, you know how to keep it going. So with that being said, once again, man, if you want to talk to me, one-on-one, go over to growingrich.com and click the Make Money Fast button. It will send me an email. I will respond to said email within 24 hours, and we will set up a time to talk. But until then, as always, I stand with the people who own the businesses. Again, this is your business big bro, aka the most dangerous man in marketing. It is Thanksgiving, and I'm wishing you a happy Thanksgiving and a wonderful holiday season. Whomever you may be, whatever you may believe, still got love for you. Don't doubt it. And as always, man, I love you. It's been a pleasure and an honor, and I'm out.